Hello friends, today we will do the second chapter from Flamingo book, Lost Spring, written by Anis Jung. Anis Jung was born in Rourkela in Hyderabad. She spent her childhood and adolescence in Hyderabad. She studied in Hyderabad. Later on she went to United States of America. She was editor and columnist in the major newspapers in India as well as abroad. The Stolen Childhood. Here she analyzes the grinding poverty and traditions which condemn the children to a life of exploitation. In this lesson there are two stories. One is Sometimes I Find a Rupee in the Garbage, and another story is I Want to Drive a Car. Lost Spring. Spring is the best season. Spring gives new life. Here, children have lost their best part of life, that is childhood. They lost the spring of their life. Now, in the first part of the story, Sometimes I Find a Rupee in the Garbage. That's the story of Sahib. Sahib A. Alam had come from Dhaka, Bangladesh. He and his family shifted from Bangladesh to India. Now they are at the periphery of Delhi, Simapuri. Here, around 10,000 rag pickers are working. Now, why they came from Bangladesh? Because it happened that there was a strong flood in Bangladesh in the year 1971, and they had no ray of hope. Their property, their fields, their house was devastated. So they came to India in search of livelihood. When they came here, they did not have anything of their own. Right now, they do not have anything on their own. They have only a ration card to which they can cast a vote. But they don't have any other identity. Now this boy, Sahib, was a rag picker. A bunch of boys would go early in the morning to collect rags left over on big bag on their shoulders. It was their work. That's what they did. So the author Anis Jung, she met the rag pickers early in the morning. She meets them, and one day she asks Sahib, "What's your name?" And he says, "My name is Sahib A. Alam. Do you know what your name represents? The meaning of your name?" And the boy says, "No. Sahib actual meaning is Lord of the universe." And here the boy, Sahib, is just in a pathetic condition. He roams around collecting rags, collecting leftover things. One day, Anis Jung asked him, "Sahib, do you want to go to school?" And Sahib says, "Yes, if there is school in my locality close by, I will go." And Anis Jung says, "If I build a school, will you come?" And definitely he says, "Yes." And Anis Jung forgets all about it. One day, he sees Anis Jung and he goes running to tell her, "Madam, is your school ready?" And Anis Jung says that it doesn't get ready within a day or within 2 days. It takes long period of time. Actually, Anis Jung doesn't mean what she said. She just said it jokingly, and the boy took it seriously. He was very happy roaming around collecting rags, collecting leftover things by the people. and he was very happy. One day, Anijang finds many boys of the rag pickers, and one of them she asks, "Why don't you wear slippers?" And the boy replies that my mother has not brought down from the rack. And the other boy says, even though she brings and gives, he will throw it away. And the boy third said that I would like to have a pair of shoes. And Sahib, the shoes that he was wearing was different. One shoe was different than the other. These shoes, what he was wearing, tennis shoes, were leftover shoes by the rich children. Even though they were torn or it has a hole, but it doesn't matter for them because they are living utter poverty. They don't have anything. They cannot buy new pair of shoes. After some time, Sahib joins a hotel and he sells tea. He does work in that hotel and he was paid around 800 rupees. And yet, Sahib was not happy because he was not his own master. He did not have much freedom. Anijang asked him, "Are you happy working in the tea stall?" And he says, he did not say anything. His countenance fell. Meaning is that he did not have that freedom. The canister that he carried, tea kettle that he carried, was heavier than the bag. Meaning is that he was working under an owner. When he was going as a rag picker, he had lot of freedom. Wherever he wanted to stop, he could stop. Wherever he wanted to see, he could see. But here, when he was under someone, he has to just obey them. That is all about the first part of the story. Sometimes I find a rupee in the garbage. Sometimes they would find a rupee in the garbage. They would go on digging in the garbage. They would find 10 rupee note or sometimes one rupee coin that was gold for them because it has value. Even garbage was gold for them because garbage also had a value. After which they could sell and get some money, just like bottles or whatever tins and all that they would collect. With that they could get money. That's why he says garbage is gold to them. They were living in a very poor situation. Their house at Simapuri has over tarpaulin or a tin. They don't have any concrete house. They are living in a simple hut type house. Nothing is there of their own. Here we find in this story all this about Sahib-e-Alam. Now we will do the second part of the story. I want to drive a car. Now this is the story of Mukesh, a boy from Firozabad. His family works in the glass making bangle factory. The boy has to work in the very acute situations. First of all, there is no ventilation, dark cell and high furnace. The boy doesn't wish to continue the working under these factories. He wants to be motor mechanic or drive a car, but his parents don't allow because they say that the particular caste people have to work this work. They cannot do any other work. So the boy Mukesh was working in the glass making factory. These bangles are circulated all over India, and in this factory there are around 20,000 children working. One day Anijam asked him, "Mukesh, what do you want to become?" And he says, "I want to be a motor mechanic or drive a car." And suddenly a plane was passing by, and she asked him, "You want to drive a plane? And he says no. Actually, Anijam makes fun of him. The boy wishes to be a motor mechanic, but his wishes never complete because they are born to do this work. The caste belong to which he belong. They have to do this type of work. The boy one day takes Anijam to his home, and on the way there was lot of filth, smelling, sewage, dirty water, drainage, and he took to his house to Anijam, and the house was made of grass, dead grass, and his sister-in-law was cooking the dinner. They did not have any windows in their house, and they had oobly doors, the doors which were not permanent. The boy here, Mukesh, also remained in a pathetic situation because they couldn't have any improvement in life, even though he could do, but the family obstacles. Family did not give him permission, traditions that affected his life. And later, Anijam says, why can't you ask some people? Then he says, the middlemen, the politicians, the bureaucrats will never help them. They will not support them, they will never motivate them to do something good. So the family remains as poor as they are. They imposed baggage on the child and they cannot put it down. Here he speaks about the bureaucrats, middlemen, policemen, all. He accepts it naturally as his father did. His father previously he was working as a tailor, but his father told him to work in the glass factory. Now Mukesh says that he will accept whatever the situation, and his dream remains as dream. It never come into reality. This is all about we read in the Lost Spring. About second part is I want to drive a car. This is all about Mukesh's story. I will give you some questions which may help you to do well in your examination. How was Sahib's life at the tea stall? Sahib, as in the tea stall, he was not happy at all because he did not have freedom. The canister which he was carrying was not his, but the bag which he was carrying was his own. At the tea stall, Sahib has to work from morning till evening. He is carrying a milk can. He washes dishes, cleans the table, serves the customers. Earlier he was a free bird. The milk can be heavier than the bag he used to carry. That is the garbage bag that he was carrying. How is Mukesh different from his people? Mukesh's family is engaged in bangle making. He, however, wants to become a motor mechanic. Though the garage is far from his home, he refuses to give up his dream. He continues to dream of cars hurtling down the streets of his own town. No other person engaged in bangle making have dared to dream like this. Mukesh dreamed something different, but his dream remains as dream. It did not come into reality because of the tradition of his family. I hope you understood this lesson. Do well in your examination. Thank you so much.